What's your name? Hello, hello. How are you? Ah, no, eso forma parte del... A lo mejor lo quito después, no lo sé. is going to get flattened. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get the show on the road. I'm trying to look to see if how many empty spaces that we've got to sort of calculate what's going to happen in the next few minutes as people start piling in. As always happens on announcements on events like this, a few health and safety announcements in sort of aircraft fashion. There are 2 exits. The one that you came in through, basically, that one. There's another one there, where that red thing is in the corner, but of course, don't try to climb over the barrier. It'd be nice to go around it. We have one being built at the back, but please don't try to use it. You'll just fall unceremoniously onto the car park, and that would be quite unpleasant. That would be a fire drill. In the unlikely event of an intruder, we will lock all the doors and make the poor person stay in here for 2 hours and listen to a ceremony where he knows nobody. I think that's punishment enough for coming to us, blocking a ceremony such as this. And of course, can I please ask that you put these artilugios off? Yeah? Otherwise, we're going to have them going off all over the time. And saying that, I think I'd better put mine off. Otherwise, my wife is going to phone halfway through it and say, "Are you ready?" Okay. As well, this ceremony is being broadcast around the world. There's cables and cameras and whatever at the back. Obviously, anybody can stand up and take photos, but please don't block the way from my friend Angel down the front here, and maybe at the back as well, because we've got official camera work going on. Okay. Could I please ask that we all stand up? This is the first time we've done it coming in from opposite sides, by the way. Miss Caballero, are you there? Ah, she is, good. Are we ready, Miss Caballero? Miss Munn, there's a thumb sticking out. Please be seated. Congratulations for the first people ever to do it that way. That was almost perfect. let's not go overboard here. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, parents, colleagues, students, friends of ICS, and of course, the people who have just entered, our graduating students. Wish you all a very warm welcome to the ICS graduation ceremony of 2019. Just a quick question before we begin. Other than some of the members of the staff, were any of you here last year? Good. Because the jokes are all the same ones. I'm not that original, so you'd be hearing the same thing again. I'm terribly sorry. Mr. Holmes has probably heard them for a while now. Great view from here. I've never had people so close to me, to be honest with you, in the graduation. For me, it's very, very strange not facing that way after so many years. Of course, up here, congratulations, ladies. I can see we've all been to the Pelu. And me, had my hair cut specially on Wednesday. So we're all ready. I can see the panic in some of my colleagues' faces over there, thinking, oh my God, they've given Barry a microphone. We're going to be here for hours. I've been warned, Barry, keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Likely to be difficult. But therefore, maybe it's best for me to hand over to Mr. Swoboda for his opening address. Mr. Swoboda, please.
Thank you, Barry, for your usually humorous opening. That is very nice. We have a slight problem here. It's going to be awkward because my remarks are more directed at the students, but I'm facing you, and I guess I have to face you because the cameras here of the world are on us here. But if you see me fidgeting a little bit, you know why. Dear soon-to-be former students, dear parents, guardians, relatives, friends, alumni, dear members of staff of International College Spain, and a very, very warm welcome to Mr. Westcott, who has joined us all the way from a place called Retirement, somewhere down in the southern Spain. As every year, it is my honor and my pleasure to address you here at this year's graduation ceremony of ICS Class 2019. Before I will share a few hopefully pertinent thoughts with you, before I perhaps challenge your intellect one last time while you guys are here at ICS, or maybe bore you to death, I'm going to take that risk. I would like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to you on your big day. This is your big day. You are the graduates of ICS 2019, and you deserve a big round of applause. Now, I have good news for you. You can relax. Everyone will get an ICS diploma. You all fulfilled the requirements for the ICS diploma, so none of these papers are empty inside, and you'll all get one, so relax. Now, for your IB diploma, I hope that will be the same. I hope you will receive the results you have ever dreamt of, and much more. I would like to thank your teachers, whether they're here in the room or downstairs in the cafeteria nibbling on bites and champagne. They have worked very, very hard with you. Their excellent work has borne fruit, and let's face it, without their care and commitment, you guys would not be sitting here. So can I please ask you to put your hands together for your teachers? And finally, last but not least, I would like to thank your parents and guardians who have shared laughs with you, who have shared tears with you, I'm fairly sure, who have been driven to the edge of their tether by you, and who still gave you pocket money all the time, who have nurtured you, who have supported you throughout this ordeal called the Ivy Diploma. So thank you very much, everybody here in the room. Please share your appreciation with your in-laws. My remarks today will center on public discourse. Public discourse is discussion in the public realm, how we share thoughts, how we share arguments, how we share discussions with each other, and the role of media in today's society. I will refer to Neil Postman, American author and media critic, who analyzed public discourse at the end of last century and predicted its serious insignificance and trivialization. Long before Twitter and Facebook came up, long before everything became an event, long before advertisement became all about the consumer and not the product, long before TV reality shows such as Big Brother came into existence. But then you guys, unlike your parents probably, are way too young to have ever watched Big Brother, right? Well, Postman is not too young. In his foreword, and this is going to be a slight excursion here, but please bear with me, I'm going to tie it together later. Postman is not in his foreword to his most famous book, Amusing Ourselves to Death, which was written in 1985. He compares George Orwell's 1984 to Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, both iconic pieces of literature and both what your English teachers would call dystopias. Show of hands, who has ever had to read 1984? I mean the book, guys, not Spark Notes. Okay, I can see a few hands go. Be honest, it's okay, no grades are. Brave New World, anybody? All right, there are a couple, fantastic, but not all that many. Maybe there would be some in the audience as well. But both pieces of literary culture of the 20th century, Huxley was written in 1932, Orwell 1984 was written in 1948. That's why 84, the change of numbers there, are not very well known. So I'm going to give you the briefest of all summaries, right? 1984 is a satire written in the early Cold War era, 1948, and proposes a dystopia wherein civilization is controlled by a powerful figure called Big Brother. Information is controlled and regulated so that the public remains ignorant and tyranny can be assured. It's an articulation of the paranoia that the Western world felt in the post-World War II era. In Brave New World, on the other hand, people are kept in line not through paranoia, not through oppression, but through a drug called soma, which controls pleasure. Tyranny is perpetuated by giving people what they want in controlled doses, so that they do not realize how fully they are being controlled. Postman writes, contrary to common belief, even among the educated, Huxley and Orwell did not prophesy the same thing. Orwell warns that we will be overcome by an externally imposed oppression. But in Huxley's vision, no Big Brother is required to deprive people of their independence, maturity, and history. As he saw it, people will come to love their oppression and to adore the technologies that undo their capacities to think. Let this resonate one more time for you. Maybe not a last time, hopefully not the last time. To adore the technologies that undo their capacities to think. What Orwell feared were those who would ban books. What Huxley feared was that there would be no reason to ban a book because nobody would ever want to read one. Orwell feared that those who would deprive us of information. Huxley feared those who would give us so much of it that we would be reduced to passivity and egoism. Orwell feared that the truth would be hidden from us. Huxley feared the truth would be drowned in a sea of irrelevancies. Orwell feared we would become an imprisoned culture. Huxley feared we would become an insignificant culture. In 1984, people are controlled by inflicting pain. In Brave New World, people are controlled by inflicting pleasure. In short, Orwell feared that what we hate will ruin us. Huxley feared that what we love will ruin us. If we were to ask whose vision is closer to our situation here right now, I think there's only one answer. The development of the last 35 years, ever since Amusing Ourselves to Death has been written, shows that Orwell was wrong and Huxley was right. The Iron Curtain, that is a metaphor for the separation between the Eastern countries, the former Soviet countries, and the West. That Iron Curtain has come down, and instead Facebook and Snapchat, Instagram, and I probably don't know the latest, they all have come up. In the age of advertisement and social media, we are bombarded by irrelevancies and insignificances on an hourly basis. Logical argument and coherent discourse has given way to a dictatorship of fun and entertainment. Dictatorship of fun and entertainment. Utilitarianism at its worst. Postman attributed the growth and importance of the TV. Remember, we're talking 1985, before internet became popular. The growth in importance of the TV to have caused the rise in insignificancies that we are considering news. He argued that we were more consumed with images, such as the attractiveness of our idols, newscasters, politicians, and public figures in general, than with their messages. Appearance is indeed reality. And isn't it true that politicians nowadays are as much concerned with how they appear on television than with what they actually have to say? Now, I don't want to stand up here and be preaching morals that, for full disclosure, I spent an hour in the bathroom today getting ready for this afternoon. All right, I know what you guys are thinking. Half of you are thinking, well, finally, he understands what we have to go through on a daily basis. The other half of you are thinking, what an utter waste of time. He could have used that hour much more productively. I know. However, Postman argues that all content on TV has to be delivered in the form of entertainment, as we have developed a yearning, a desire for simple truths, for comforting messages, whereas our capacity to engage in meaningful discourse has been absorbed by the 30-second commercial. But not only that, and much more dangerously, Postman claims that the way we receive information necessarily dictates the way we think. The way we receive our information dictates the way we think. Americans, he says, no longer talk to each other. They entertain each other. They do not exchange ideas, they exchange images. They do not argue with propositions, they argue with good looks, celebrities, and commercials. Is there any doubt that these words, written in 1985, about the American culture, apply to our society here and now? Is there any doubt that what Postman wrote about the influence of TV in society is to a high degree visionary? Is there any doubt that all this applies equally to our social media culture of today. Our current media ecology is mobile first. It is based on the distribution of information via the smartphone, often through social media apps. The content of today's social apps is so brief, decontextualized, and thrives on casualness, encouraging us to dip in and out for a few seconds throughout the day. Information arrives through the mobile medium at such speed and with such fluidity that it certainly doesn't encourage true understanding or lasting recognition. Instead, it encourages its consumers to absorb things for a split second and then scroll onward. We have learned to receive information in a decontextualized way through memes, emojis, and most recently, stickers, rather than accomplished thoughts. As a result, the mobile world favors speed and aesthetic pleasure, those things that look good, which is you all here today. Plus the acceptance that changing topics from 1 second to the other is fine and normal. But most importantly, and this is again a very dangerous development, it favors that which is instantly comprehensible. Thoughts in 140 characters, moment-long GIFs, familiar memes, 30-second DIY videos, headlines, emojis, and stickers again. The mobile medium presents information en masse, in random order, out of context, and for milliseconds at a time, remaining extremely biased towards the visually interesting. Like TV in Postman's world, social media nowadays increasingly entertains us. And even more so than television, it amplifies our existing beliefs and habits. That's the danger. It amplifies our existing beliefs and habits. It makes us feel more than think, and it comforts more than challenges. All right, so if you're still awake, which I hope, I sincerely hope that some of those ideas have resonated with you. If so, you might still ask yourselves, so what? If you're not awake anymore, you will certainly ask yourselves, so what? What am I going to do with all these challenging and unusual concepts? Postman offers a solution. If students get a sound education in the history, social effects, and psychological biases of technology, they may grow to be adults who use technology rather than be used by it. Assuming that we here at International College Spain have adequately prepared you for the technological world out there, the choice of how you use your mobile phone and your apps, how you discern, how you distinguish valid information from trivial rubbish, how you decide what to post, and how you turn your conclusions into positive actions. That choice is all yours. Make no mistake, you will not turn back time, even if you wanted to. The mobile phone and everything that comes along with it cannot and will not be uninvented, and neither should it be. But I do hope that your education here at ICS has enabled you to enter the next stage of your life, making responsible decisions in the mobile world. Good luck with that.
Thank you, Andreas. Okay, so let's go with the business end of the ceremony, where we present the diplomas to our as-yet undergraduate students. One thing that I haven't before said in any previous year is the number of tutor groups that we've got. Last year, for the first time, I said 5. This year, for the first time, I say 6. so I hope you're sitting comfortably. Please note that because of that number, the tutors may not spend as much time as they have done in previous years. Otherwise, we literally would be here until tomorrow. This is for time management only. It does not suggest in any way, shape or form that the tutors do not know their students. They know them very well. Too well in some cases. So, without any further ado, can I please ask Mr. Swoboda to come back up to present the diplomas, and the first of our tutors, Ms. Caballero.
Señoras, señores, buenas tardes. La del alba sería cuando Don Quijote salió de la venta tan contento, tan gallardo, tan alborozado, vamos, tan feliz, por verse ya armado caballero, que el gozo le reventaba por las cinchas del caballo. These are the same happy feelings that our graduating 12 and their families as well should feel today. Yes, at last, the day, the very important day, has come. ICS has given you the knowledge and values to succeed. Also, good friend, so necessary in our lives. It doesn't matter what age you are, you always carry the memories of your school days with a smile in your heart. The school is part of you, but each one of you lives a little bit of yourself in ICS. So it's a pleasure for me to introduce you my tutor group, 12CC. Let's start. First one, David Aguirre Martinez. The calm and the serenity in my tutor group. He is American and Spanish, and after most of his academic life in ICS, he plans to study pre-engineering at Ohio University in the USA. Ladies and gentlemen, David Aguirre Martinez. Eduardo Aqueroid Cornejo, Friendship and Collaboration in our class, F9. Eduardo is English and Spanish and wants to study business administration at Bath University in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Eduardo Aqueroid Cornejo. Sofía Ambrosi Abarca, the music in her voice. She is Mexican, Spanish, and Peruvian. Sofía will study the double degree of Business Administration with Analytics in IE University, here in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Sofía Ambrosi Abarca. Lara Nauzuria Arevalo Duchet. Lara joined us in this academic year. Lara is French and Spanish. She is a good example of international and versatile student, and she is going to study a double degree in psychology and criminology at Comillas University, here in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Lara Nauzuria Arevalo Duchet. Rafael Miguel Asensio Delgado. Rafael, wit and reasoning in this group. Rafael is Spanish and arrived to our school 2 years ago for his DP. He'll study electrical and electronic engineering at University College London in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Rafael Miguel Asensio Delgado. Alejandro Berrocal Truchemot. Alejandro is French and Spanish, and he started in ICS 2 years ago. The ingenious and the thinker in my tutor group. He plans to study mechanical engineering at Aston University with honors in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Alejandro Berrocal Truchemot. Celine Castro. Celine, the smile and the good manners in our tutor group. She is Argentinian and she wants to study the double degree, Business and International Relations at IE University, here in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Celine Castro. Cecilia Chidichimo. Cecilia is respectable and her quiet presence in our group has touched us all. She is Argentinian and Italian. She wants to study sport coaching and analysis in London Southbank University in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Cecilia Chidichimo. John Corral Morales. John is Spanish. Madrileño, insiste su madre, Miss Morales. John is a very good debater, an active student in our tutor group, in my class, so he has decided to study Publicidad, Marketing y Relaciones Internacionales at Nebrija University, here in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, John Corral Morales. Raquel Hughes Aranda. Raquel is American and Spanish. She's always collaborated with me, and she has touched us with her deep reflections. She'll take a gap year to study Chinese in the National University of Taiwan, and after that, she plans to study politics and sustainable development at Warwick University in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Raquel Hughes Aranda. Pilar Sarmentera Moisés. Pilar is Cuban and Spanish, elegant, and knows how to behave. Pilar wants to study hotel management at Le Roche, in very nice place, in Marbella. In Spain, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, Pilar Sarmentera Moisés. Arianna Scarpa. Arianna is Italian and Swedish. Really, she is cheerful and charming and very collaborative. She's going to the University of Bath in the UK for study marketing and management. Ladies and gentlemen, Arianna Scarpa. Now, Juan Sigmund Zlatkes. Juan is Argentinian. He has brought the playful and creative musical note to the group. However, after all school life in ICS, Juan plans to study electrical and electronical engineering at King's College, London, in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Sigmund Zlatkes. Last but not least, Sancha Bárbara Kindler von Knobloch Luengo. Sancha is Spanish. She is a resourceful and inquirer young lady, a good example of ICS student. She plans to study Ingeniería Biomédica en la Universidad Carlos III, here in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Sancha Bárbara Kindler von Knobloch Luengo. Querido grado 12, os deseo a todos lo mejor. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Ms. Caballero. I believe you pronounced some of those Spanish names very, very well. Congratulations. With your permission, I'm just going to move that table slightly. I'm sitting there watching students go past with this robe flapping like this, and I can just see a load of diplomas hitting the floor. I think I'll sit better now. Thank you very much, Mr. Swoboda. Next tutor group, Mr. Calderon, please. Come on down.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, all the ICS staff, former students, teachers, and especially students of this promotion. I'm introducing my team of 12 tutees, and before I do so, let me very briefly, at least thank you for your collaboration. Firstly, thank you, all the parents, for the great work that you do, and for trusting us with the education of your kids. We perfectly know that there's nothing more important for you than your children. Secondly, and as a teacher of many of you, I also want to thank all teachers, all the ICS staff, all the ICS family for your support in our daily grind. And thirdly, especially, I want to thank you, all my tutees, and all the students of this promotion. I want to thank you for your attitude, for your willingness to learn, for your patience with us too. We never stop learning, never. We learn a lot from you. Ms. Morales has repeated me many times that we really, teachers, learn a lot from you. We learn from what we read, from what we see, from what we listen, from ourselves. Don't forget to listen to yourselves and to know yourselves. Finally, now you are thinking about your future plans. We tutors have been asked to mention your future plans. They are very important. They are the consequence of all the time you have been studying in the school. The society we live in is very demanding and it's not easy. But let's not forget that one of humankind's main purposes is to search for happiness. And in this sense, I hope you will get the right balance among all the aspects of your life, not only professional, but personal too. As the old Latin saying press, aurea mediocritas, in the middle, in the virtues in the middle, in the balance. And now I'm going, by alphabetical order, I'm going to introduce my 12 tutees here. Armin Francisco Anushirabani Mena. He is Spanish, has studied at ICS all his life, always calm, kind with teachers and classmates, and concerned with social projects. He will study business management in CUNEF in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Armin Francisco Anushirabani Mena. She enrolled ICS last course in grade 11. She's Spanish, very outgoing and sociable, and a very sensitive and mature person as well. Next year, she will study business, communication, and marketing in Endicott College in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Ana Bernabeu Larena. He is Peruvian and has studied in ICS for many years, persistent, creative, and talented profession. I have known that your teachers are a hit. He is going to study business management at the University of Exeter. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Duncan. She is Spanish and has studied at ICS all her life. I had her in my Spanish classes in grade 10, and she may not admit it, but she's very talented for literature. Next year, she's studying psychology and cognitive neuroscience in Nottingham University. Ladies and gentlemen, Enya Esteban Prince. Spanish and with the Basque noun, she enrolled ICS last course in grade 11. Very talented for French, according to her French teacher's comments. Next year, she's studying pharmacy in CEU, Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Izaskun Ginebra de la Puente. He has studied at ICS for many years. He's Canadian, he's very calm, a peaceful person, and very loved by all his friends. He will go to Ontario to study mechanical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Gutierrez Jepchik. Chi Yong, best known as in the school as Sally, is Korean and enrolled ICS last academic course. Always very elegant, I have to say, and very gifted for drawing. She's studying architecture in Manchester University. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Chae-yeon. He is Portuguese, and since he started in ICS in grade 7, has stood out as an excellent student with top grades, although I would also like to highlight his humbleness and his caring for others. Don't laugh. Next year, he is studying medicine in UCL London. Ladies and gentlemen, Antonio Borges Neves. She is Spanish and Argentinian and enrolled ICS last academic course, always very responsible, very well-mannered, and caring with others, also with me, asking me in the tutor groups, how are you, mister? Next year, she is studying business administration. She has been admitted in various universities, including Bath University. Ladies and gentlemen, Claudia Pini Martinez. She is Spanish and enrolled ICS last academic course. She is independently minded and concerned for the suffering of others. Next year, she may study psychology and or criminology. Ladies and gentlemen, Marta Rodríguez Jiménez. Gerardo Torres Núñez is Spanish, and all school knows his so many achievements in athletics. He will study computer science and managerial studies in Rice University in Houston. And while studying this double major, he will also practice athletics in the team of the university in the first division. Lots of effort and luck. Ladies and gentlemen, Gerardo Torres Núñez. And last but not least, she enrolled ICS last academic course in grade 11. Sensitive and caring, we soon saw in the school she's especially gifted for music. She loves maths and is willing to follow this path. She has various ideas, so she will take a gap year to complete her development across a diverse set of experiences. Whatever you do, believe in yourself and follow your path. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaira Vázquez Sánchez. And me to all these grade 12, my best wishes. I wish you well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Calderon. I should also congratulate you on your pronunciation of Izaskun. Eskerikasco. And the next one, Ms. Espinal, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. As a math teacher, I'll try to be more concise. It is my pleasure to introduce to you my tutor group, 12E, a charismatic group of students of the most diverse nationalities, blessed with different personalities and an exuberating juvenile mixture of joy and ambition. I would like to have this opportunity to wish them the very best in this new stage of their lives that begins today. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to present you my students by their individual names. I will start with Selina Samir Abdul Karim. Selina is Jordanian. She is a creative and independent student who plans to study design at University of Arts of London. Ladies and gentlemen, Selina Samir Abdul Karim. Claudia Armengol Arcas. Claudia is from Spain. She is a passionate and lively student who plans to study neuroscience at University of Toronto. Ladies and gentlemen, Claudia Armengol Argas. Mariam Fahouri. Mariam is from Jordan. She is a quiet and delightful student who will study psychology at King's College London. Ladies and gentlemen, Mariam Fahouri. Javier Jesús Garrido Lestache López. Javier is from Spain. He is a disciplined student and golfer who plans to study a dual degree in Business Administration and International Relations at IE University. Ladies and gentlemen, Javier Jesús Garrido Lestache López. Alois Jean Illanes. Alois is from France. He is an artistic and sensitive student who plans to study drama and American literature at University of Kent. Ladies and gentlemen, Alois Jean Illanes. Elizabeth Jones Matusian. Elizabeth is American and Armenian. She is a warm-hearted student who plans to study political science at University of Amsterdam. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Jones Matusian. Adriana Laborda Raga. Adriana is from Spain. She's a disciplined and elegant student who will study a dual degree in Business Administration and International Relations at ESADE University. Ladies and gentlemen, Adriana Laborda Raga. Natalia Maidana Codino. Natalia is Argentinian. She is a conscientious and charming student who plans to study psychology at Comillas University. Ladies and gentlemen, Natalia Maidana Codino. Nina Mijatovic Milešević. Nina is from Montenegro. She is a delightful and caring student who plans to study business administration at Ikare University. Ladies and gentlemen, Nina Mijatovic Milešević. Francisco Javier Ortiz Alandete. Francisco Javier is from Spain. He is a very agreeable, charming young gentleman who will join IA University to study a dual degree in Law and International Relations. Ladies and gentlemen, Francisco Javier Ortiz Alandete. Victoria Purificación Torres Núñez. Victoria is from Spain. She is a cooperative and caring student who plans to study a dual degree in political science and business at University of Notre Dame. Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria Purificación Torres Núñez. Carla Viñolis Wills. Carla is Spanish and British. She is a wonderful actress and a sensitive student who will take a gap year to improve her Chinese and learn new languages. After this, she plans to study theater arts. Ladies and gentlemen, Carla Viñoli Wills. Nathan Warden. Nathan is from Belgium. He is a memorable and friendly student. He plans to go to Lindhome School of Hamburg to become a professional horse rider. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Warden. And last but not least, Veja Silakauskaite. Veja is from Lithuania. She is a kind and generous student who plans to study illustration. Ladies and gentlemen, Veja Silakauskaite. I only want to say that I wish you the best. Os deseo lo mejor, os quiero. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Ms. Espinal. I think I might delegate this job to you next year. And now we switch sides, and the first person up on this side is Mr. Barry Guy.
Good afternoon, everybody. The good news is we're halfway. Okay. So before I begin to introduce my students, I'd just like to say that it's been a pleasure and a privilege to have them as my tutor group over the last 2 years. And I'd like to wish each and every one of them all the very best as they head off into the next stages of their lives. And I'm going to miss them. let's get started then. First of all, Lyubov Antonenko. Lyubov is Russian. She spent 5 years at ICS. She's going to Groningen in the Netherlands to study psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Lyubov Antonenko. Alba Barroso Montoya. Alba is Spanish, has been at ICS for 2 years. She's planning to study at Universidad San Pablo in Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, Alba Barroso Montoya. Coro Benavent Delgado de Robles. Coro is Spanish and has been at ICS since grade 6. She's hoping to study sociology and global sustainable development at the University of Warwick in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Coro Benavent Delgado de Robles. Natalia Bermejo Pariente. Natalia is Spanish and has been at ICS for 9 years. She'll be studying primary education, specialising in special needs in Spain at Escuni. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Natalia Bermejo Pariente. Katie Best. Katie is British and has been at ICS for 3 years. She's taking a gap year before going to university, probably in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Katie Best. Daniel Jeremy Cox Fernandez, the tall one. Daniel has British and Spanish nationalities. He's going to study sustainable energy engineering in Spain or the UK, but before that he's planning to take a gap year, volunteering in Haiti. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Jeremy Cox Fernandez. Nathan Gaia de Mena, the really clever one. Nathan is Spanish. He's been at ICS for 6 years. He's going to study law at the London School of Economics. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Gaia de Mena. Amanda Cristina Sousa Insua. Amanda is American and Portuguese. She's been at ICS for 4 years. She wants to study sociology and international social work. She'll study in either the UK or the Netherlands, but first she's taking a gap year. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Amanda Cristina Sousa Insua. Jasmine Camilla Laksana. Jasmine is Indonesian. She's been at ICS for over 4 years. She's going to study architecture at Glasgow School of Arts. I think the weather will be a bit colder there than it is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Jasmine Camilla Laksana. Julio Martin Araujo. Julio is Spanish, hoping to study medicine in Spain. He's been at ICS since K3. Ladies and gentlemen, Julio Martin Araujo. Sophia Martin Giron. Sophia is Spanish. She's been at ICS for 4 years. I like her because she normally laughs at my jokes. She's hoping to study for a Bachelor in Behaviour and Social Sciences at EA Business School. Ladies and gentlemen, Sophia Martin Giron. Aya Maruoka. Aya is Japanese. She's been at ICS for 3 years. She's going to study economics. Yes. In Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, Aya Maruoka. Maria Moreno Navarro. Maria is Spanish. She's been at ICS for 2 years. She's going to study communication science at the University of Amsterdam. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Moreno Navarro. Robert Thomas Udeboon. Robert is Dutch, and he's hoping to study economics at Groningen University in the Netherlands. He's been at ICS for 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Thomas Udeboon. And last, but by no means least, the President. Julian Sard. Julian is Canadian and Lebanese. He's been at ICS for 13 years. He has applied to study commerce and business management at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Julian Sard. And that's it from me. Thank you for listening. I'm going to miss you all, and I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Guy. Good news, we're 2/3 of the way through. Please let there be a biochemist in one of these 2 tutor groups left. Miss Munn, have you got any? Oh.
To all the graduates here, I ultimately wish you health and happiness above everything else. And whatever you decide to do in the future, no matter where the path takes you, please try your hardest to be as happy as you possibly can be. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, do not follow where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. My first tutee, Carlota de Jaime de Céspedes. Carlota is from Spain and intends to study business management and marketing at the University of Navarra in Pamplona. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlota de Jaime de Céspedes. Mylène Drenton. Mylène is Dutch and will be studying fashion management at the University of the Arts London. Ladies and gentlemen, Milan Drenton. Maria Fernandez Delicado. Maria is also from Spain and will also be studying fashion management at the University of the Arts London. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Fernandez Delicado. Valentina Grippo. Valentina is both Colombian and Italian and will be attending the University of the Creative Arts in Canterbury to complete a foundation course in art. Ladies and gentlemen, Valentina Grippo. Lucia Gutierrez de la Fuente is both from the US and Spain. She will be studying business administration and law at ICADE here in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucia Gutierrez de la Fuente. Rubén Jiménez Pacheco. Rubén is from Spain and will be staying in Madrid to study film at the Thai Institute. Ladies and gentlemen, Rubén Jiménez Pacheco. Enrique Medina Mendaro. Enrique is from Spain and will be studying business management and law at ICADE in Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, Enrique Medina Mendaro. Evelyn Charlotte Audubon. Evelyn is US born and Dutch raised, and she intends to study international business at the University of Groningen in Holland. Ladies and gentlemen, Evelyn Charlotte Audubon. Very, very elegant. César Pérez Vivas. César comes from Venezuela and will be going to the University of Kent to study business management. Ladies and gentlemen, César Pérez Vivas. Mohammed Rashwan. Mohammed is Egyptian and is planning to study medicine here in Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, Mohammed Rashwan. Cheuk Lam Tsang. Cheuk comes from China, and she will be going to Hong Kong for her university studies and is currently undecided on her choice. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheuk Lam Tsang. Thomas Ventura Echezar. Thomas is from Argentina and will be studying business at the University of Navarra in Pamplona. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Ventura Echezar. And my last tutee, Xipeng Zhuang, is Chinese and will be going to the University of Hong Kong to study a Bachelor in Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, Xipeng Zhuang. Congratulations, graduates, tutees. You will be missed. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Miss Munn. Artistically beautiful. Unfortunately, Mr. Furlong can't... Mr. Furlong, he can be here. Get it right, Barry. Unfortunately, Mr. Sarayan can't be here to present his tutor group. He recently had a knee operation. However, I talked to him on the phone just before we got here, wishes to pass on his very best regards to you, and I know he's watching the live streaming, so Mr. Sarayan's group, can you please wave to him? Mr. Furlong now has that difficult job of introducing somebody else's students, but I'm sure he can do it. Mr. Furlong?
Good afternoon. Obviously, Mr. Sarayan's very sorry he can't be here. I am more sorry that he can't be here. It falls on me to wish the best of luck to all our students, not just Mr. Sarayan's. We really do wish you the very best in the future, health, happiness and success. I'll now introduce Mr. Sarayan's class. Gabrielle Deslandes. Gabby is Canadian. She plans to study business at the University of British Columbia. She's been at ICS 2 years, and she is a thoroughly nice person. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabrielle Deslandes. Sophie Isabel Lindhome. Sophie plans to study law at the University of Helsinki, but first of all plans to take a gap year. She's been at ICS for 2 years, also thoroughly nice. If I don't say thoroughly nice now about everyone, I'm in trouble. A quiet student, thoughtful, and a good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Sophie Isabel Lindhome. Jose Maria Los Santos Oliva. Jose Maria plans to study business administration with business analytics and big data. This is a hell of a long course. And big data at ICADE in Spain. Jose Maria's Spanish. He's been with us 3 years, eventful years. He's a good friend to his friends, and we wish him all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Jose Maria Los Santos Oliva. Olivia Lynne Pinto. Olivia plans to take a gap year to gain experience before going on to university. She's still not sure where she wants to study or what she wants to study, and I can relate 100% because I still hope to grow up. Ladies and gentlemen, Olivia Lynne Pinto. Are you here? Ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Madrigal Escalante. Pedro is Mexican. He plans to study management at Warwick University. He's been suffering with us for 7 years. I don't know who suffered more. We wish him all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Madrigal Escalante. Elena Matthijs Caballero. Elena plans to study at the Erasmus University of Rotterdam, and she plans to go and study social sciences. She's a quiet, thoughtful, hard-working individual who it's been a pleasure to get to know slightly during this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Elena Matthijs Caballero. Lucia Menendez Moral. Lucia is Spanish. She's been with us at ICS just for the 2 years in the DP. She's worked hard. She's the first one in the morning. I don't know what she does when she gets there, but she's always early. She plans to study politics and international relations at the University College of London. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucia Menendez Moral. Victor Ovejero de la Cerda. Right. Victor is planning to go to Maastricht University next year. He plans to study data science and knowledge engineering. I don't even know what these courses mean anymore. He's been with us for 3 years. He's got an excellent sense of humour and makes tremendous milk adverts. Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Ovejero de la Cerda. Maria Jose Quintero Hernandez. Maria Jose plans to study music industry management at the University of Hertfordshire in the UK. Maria Jose is from Colombia. We all call her Majo, or we try to, but sometimes we pronounce it wrong. She's part of a dynamic duo. This is the furthest I've seen you two apart. She's been with us for 6 years, and we wish her all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Jose Quintero Hernandez. Nadine Fekri Ahmed Sinan. Nadine plans to stay in Spain. She's going to study marketing at ISEB. Nadine is a very proud Libyan, which we all know. She's been here a long time, 10 years. It's been my pleasure to get to know her over the 3 years, and I wish her all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Nadine Fekri Ahmed Sinan. Olivia Anna Estrellita Sjostrom. Por ahí. Right. Olivia, that's all I say. Olivia's Swedish. She plans to take a gap year to gain work experience and more photography skills. She has been accepted at the University of British and Irish Modern Music in London, and she will start in fall of 2020. She's been with us for 5 years. She's absolutely charming. She's a pleasure to have in the school, and we wish her all the best. Olivia Anna Estrellita Sjostrom. Luis Felipe Vasconcelos Catao. Luis Felipe is one of my favourite students. He's one of the only people in the school who knows who Richarlison is. He plans to study law in the UK at King's College London. He's Brazilian. I didn't tell me how long he's been here, but we wish him all the best and we're sure he's going to be a success. Luis Felipe Vasconcelos Catao. Finally, this is the last one. Round of applause for you. Alex Yunda Verkovsky. Alex is Spanish, Russian and Colombian. He plans to go to the University of Exeter to study business management. He's been with us for 13 years. He is possibly the only person in grade 12 who hasn't given me a moment's problem this year, and for that I am truly grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Yunda Verkovsky. So that concludes the graduation. Good luck to everyone. Thank you all for the trust that you've put into our school, for the faith you've put into their teachers, and the time and energy you've put into your children. We really wish them all the best, and good luck to you all.
It's not quite the end of the graduation, John. There's a while to go yet. Thank you very much to our grade 12 tutors and, of course, Mr. Furlong for stepping in for Mr. Sarayan. I'll try to look at the camera and say, Prashant, how did he do? Just think about it. Those of you who've been here since K3, you've spent 18,375 hours here at ICS for a piece of paper and a handshake. However, when you've been here for 18,375 hours, or 910 hours as those who joined us at grade 12, I'm sure that you agree with me, take away so much more than a piece of paper and a handshake. And I also pass on my congratulations to all of you. Okay. Have we got the piano in place? We've got the piano in place. Have we got the people in place? Not all of them. Come on down, all of them. This is possibly one of my favourite parts of the ceremony. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Miss Hodgson and her choir, including, as you can see, some of our graduating students. As always, they've chosen a song, well, songs this time actually, a medley of songs, no doubt carefully selected to bring tears to my eyes. Thank you very much, Miss Hodgson. And we have a panic situation about to happen. I forgot my box of tissues. Ah. We are indeedy.
Para empezar, diré que es el final. Es un final feliz, no solo es un final, pero parece ser que ya no hay vuelta atrás. Where does the time go? I don't want this to end. Where does the time go? Let's hang on to this moment we're in. All the things we will remember, the good, the bad, and all the blessings in disguise. Today will stick with me forever, even though we have to say goodbye. Where does the time go? I keep losing track. Where does the time go? It's young to get stuck looking back. But if we're all chucked up and I can find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. But if we're all chucked up and I can find the words, I'll always remember us this way. Oh yeah, I don't wanna be just a memory, baby. Where does the time go? I keep losing track of time. Where does the time go? We're too young to get stuck looking back. And I'm all choked out, but I can't find the words. Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da.
Okay. I was okay until about halfway through. Chiara, it was so nice to see you there. Thank you so much for that. Now so I can recover a bit and just do something boring like give out prizes. I'd like to ask Mr. Furlong to come out again. He will be the person introducing, announcing what the prizes are for in alphabetical order. And I get to be the lucky person giving away the prizes, which I shall need to pick up. Thank you, Mr. Furlong.
And we're back. Right, these are supposed to be surprises. They're not supposed to know, but some of them are probably fairly obvious to the kids, like who is the high-level student, who's the best or whatever, but if they look surprised, because they should be. So we're going to go off in one prize, then people with 2 prizes, people with 3 prizes, etc. And it's in alphabetical order by surname. So our first prize is Claudia Armengol Arcos for achievement in standard level chemistry. Milendrenthen, effort and improvement, mathematical studies, standard level. Come. No rush. Well done. Mariam Fakori, effort and improvement, English A, languages and literature, high level. Javier Garrido Lestage Lopez, effort and improvement, French B, standard level. Valentina Grippo, effort and improvement, visual arts, high level. Alois Gian Illanes, achievement, theatre arts, high level. Ruben Jimenez Pacheco, achievement, visual arts, high level. Jaeyoon Kim, achievement, biology, high level. Sancha Kindler von Nobloch Luengo, effort and improvement, Spanish A, literature, standard level. Jasmine Laksana, effort and improvement, geography, standard level. Natalia Maidana Codino, effort and improvement, biology, high level. Victor Ovejero de la Cera, Efforts and Improvements, Spanish A, Language and Literature Standard Level. Ariana Scarpa, Efforts and Improvement, Geography, High Level. Jiuk Lam Sang, Efforts and Improvement, Chinese A, Language and Literature, Standard Level. Luis Felipe Vasconcelos Catao, Achievement, Spanish B, High Level. Tomás Ventura, Efforts and Improvement, Chemistry, Standard Level. Alex Yunda, Efforts and Improvement, Global Politics, Standard Level. Move on now to those students with 2 prizes. Coro Benavent, Delgado de Robles, Achievement, Mathematics Standard Level. Effort and Improvement, Spanish A, Language and Literature, High Level. Raquel Hughes Aranda, Achievement, History Standard Level. Efforts and Improvement, Global Politics, High Level. Adriana Laboda Raga, Achievement, French B, Standard Level. Achievement, Spanish A, Language and Literature, High Level. Now, moving on to those who got a highly impressive 3 awards. Alba Borosa Montoya, Achievement. Let me finish. Achievement, Geography Standard Level. Effort and Improvement, English A, Language and Literature, Standard Level. Effort and Improvement, Theory of Knowledge. Alba Barosa Montoya. Achievement, Global Politics, High Level. Achievement, Spanish A. It's better this way, don't tell them first, isn't it? It's more Achievement, Spanish A, Language and Literature, Standard Level. Effort and Improvement, History, Standard Level. Elena Matais Caballero. Effort and Improvement, Dutch A, Language and Literature, High Level. That gives it away a bit. Effort and Improvement, Physics, Standard Level. Effort and Improvement, Spanish Ab Initio, Standard Level. Evelyn Udabun. Achievements, French B, High Level. Effort and Improvement, Chemistry, High Level. Effort and Improvement, Economic Standard Level. Claudia Pini Martinez. Achievement, music, high level. Achievement, Spanish A literature, standard level. Effort and improvement, physics, high level. Juan Sigmund Zlakis. Everton Improvement, History High Level. Everton Improvement, Music High Level. Everton Improvement, Spanish B, Standard Level. Livia Sjostrom. Now moving on to those who've got, frankly, amazing 4 prizes. English B, High Level. Global Politics, Standard Level. Mathematics, High Level. Physics, High Level. All for achievement. Rafael Asensio Delgado. Achievement, Biology Standard Level. Achievement, English A, Langen Lit, High Level. Achievement, French A, Literature Standard Level. Effort and Improvement, Mathematics Standard Level. Our valedictorian, Nathan Gaia de Mena. Achievement, Biology, High Level. Effort and Improvement, Economics, High Level. Effort and Improvement, French B, High Level. Effort and Improvement, Mathematics, Standard Level. Julian Sards. And finally, 2 students with an incredible 6 prizes this year. Achievement, Economics, High Level. Achievement, Japanese A, Language and Literature, High Level. Try and guess who it is. Achievement, Mathematics, Standard Level. Achievement, Physics, Standard Level. Achievement, Spanish, Ab initio, Standard Level. Effort and Improvement, English B, High Level. Aya Maruka. Last one. Achievement, Chemistry, High Level. Achievement, Economics, Standard Level. Achievement, Achievement, English A, Langen Lit, Standard Level. Achievement, Spanish B, Standard Level. Achievement, Theory of Knowledge. Effort and Improvement, Mathematics, High Level. What one did you miss also? Antonio Neves Borges. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have a round of applause, please, for all our awards winners and those who didn't also. It's not just mean they didn't work.
I'll be back. And I would just like to add to that, because there's one prize left over. I've no idea what the prize is for, and I'm not going to look in there, to Domino Jones. So I think she deserves a round of applause as well. Every year we have a little committee meeting to decide who could possibly be the guest speaker at our graduation ceremony. And some time ago we came across a photo in one of these Prensa Rosa magazines of a young man who graduated a long time ago from this school, but wearing an ICS sweatshirt. And we thought, it's got to be him. We're not going to even bother looking for anybody else. On the programme, how do you describe it? Mr. Alessandro Lecchio, class of 2010, an entrepreneur. And when we talked to Alex a couple of weeks ago as to what do we put as a title, he said, well, I don't want a title. I'm just going to come there and talk. So, very modest, unassuming young man. So, I just know you as Alex.
Well, first off, thank you very much, Mr. Hughes, for bringing me here. You, ICS staff, parents, friends, brothers and sisters, and new members of the ICS family. Family is the word. Mr. Hughes looks just the same, just with a little white over here, but it's all fine. You know, we still love him. Okay, so Sharon texted me yesterday and asked me to send her a little draft of what I was going to say. But I told her that I like to improvise, so here's my improvisation. Okay? When I was coming over here, I am not the kind of guy that likes to spoil series, okay? But if you have watched Game of Thrones, okay, this is probably a good metaphor for you. If you have not, please go like this for like 10 seconds, okay? All right, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll try not to mention names, okay? So like that you keep, you know, the euphoria till the last season, which could be done better, but it's all fine. Okay, in the last chapter, 7, I think 8 people are standing in a semicircle, and a little person, he's in the middle, and he's being judged, you know. And this person, so they have to elect a king, right? And they're finding the best way to elect a king, which you know, reflects back to the Socratic papers. And I studied philosophy at Duke University, so whenever I think about this, so many philosophers come into mind. But just I'll continue with the story, okay? And they're trying to find the best way to elect this king. And one of them says, "Oh, we need the king with the biggest army." "Oh yeah, biggest army, lot of muscle, lot of soldiers, everybody like this. Oh, amazing, yes." Okay, fine. You know, this is very cliche. Big army. And another one stands up and says, "Oh, we need a king that can talk to the people." "Oh yes, we need the king that can talk to the people." You know, it's also a great skill to have as a king. You need to communicate. Otherwise, I mean, just sit in your room and don't get out. Just be there. Okay. And then this little man goes on and says, "We need a king that has the best story." And everybody just looks around like, "A king with the best story? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're not trying to write lullabies here. Like, we're trying to elect a king, please." But he goes on and he says, "Someone that is proud of the story that he or she has written, is most likely the best king, because he can let people know what path they can follow in order to succeed." Okay? So I'm going to tell you guys a little story. I don't like bummers, okay? But my story, the day that I became conscious about the pages that I was writing for my life story was the day I was told I had cancer a year ago. And you know, I was a man that had a lot of projects and a lot of things to do, and suddenly I'm writing, you know, this book, and I switch on to the next page, and I see, oh, maybe there are less pages left to write my story, right? So I was left alone. Well, my family has always been there, but I had a time to myself, and I wondered, you know, what do I want to write about in these last 2 pages, if they were my last 2 pages? Happily, we have a lot of pages left, so let me tell you guys that, okay? I'm not trying to go there, okay? But let me tell you, because it's very, you know, it's a realization moment for me, okay? So I was there, and I was like, okay, I want to write about 3 things, okay? In this order. I want to write about family, I want to write about friends, and I want to write about ambition, okay? Family, graduates, I'm sure you guys do not even come close to understanding the effort that your parents have made for you guys to come to this school. In fact, you have no idea what life is. I'm sorry, but this is true. And the day you start paying your taxes and our friends at Hacienda come over and say, hello, how you doing? Then you're going to be like, oh shit, and you're going to start watching politics, okay? So just letting you know, you guys have a lot. You have a big path, an amazing path. But always be thankful for the family you have, because the family you have is one and unchangeable. Friends, girlfriends, they come and go. My girlfriend is amazing. If she's listening to me, I love you. But what I'm trying to say here is family, at the end of the day, is what matters, okay? And so yeah, let's go on and let's write a little chunk about these last 2 pages. I'm scared. These last 2 pages about my family. So what else am I going to write about? I'm going to write about my friends. I'm a person that doesn't have many friends. I have, in fact, 6 friends. And one of them is my father, okay? Another one of them is my friend Alvaro, who came with me today. He's sitting right over there. Hey, Alvarito, I love you. Please clap, Alvaro. Alvaro and I, we started here in this school when we were 3 years old, and we carried on until we turned 18, and then we got on a boat and we went to the U.S. By the way, only one person going to the U.S. this year. What's going on? Come on, guys. We love America. All right? So yeah, friendship. What are the last, this is all very dramatic, but what are the last things that I would like to live with my friends, And they were not going on to parties. It was not, having the time of my life, waking up the following morning, knocking on my head like, what did I do last night? These were not the moments that I would have wanted to spend with my friends. So, I said, okay, if these are the last 2 pages, I want to spend them with my friends. I want to go on and have a great walk with them. I want to talk with them. I want to really share quality time, because at the end of the day, you guys, we heard a great talk in regards to social media just earlier, but we're always surrounded by people, and we're not surrounded by people. We turn on Instagram, we're surrounded by more people. So what's going on here? We need quality time with our friends, okay? And then the last but not least, ambition. When I went to Duke University, I did a PPE there, philosophy, political science and economics. When I was done, I came back to my beautiful city, Madrid, like the Spanish department like to mention, Madrid, okay? And I came to my beautiful Madrid, and I decided to start a business, okay? Another entrepreneur, he has no idea what he's doing, okay? Budgets, business plans, the stuff that usually have to go on in order to start a business. But I did. I started a business. In fact, I started in my garage. I'm not trying to sound like Steve Jobs over here, but I did. Started my business in my garage because it was cheaper, okay? And I had my dog, and I love my dog, so I have it next to me all the time. So I started a business in a garage, and the years went by very, very, very fast. And happily, I can say that I have created 60 units of employment here in Spain, and the business keep expanding on and on and on. And I'm very happy for what I've done, but mostly I am satisfied, So when I had those last 2 pages that I thought that were left, I did read back the last 2 or 3 chapters, and I said, I'm happy with this, what I've done, This makes me happy of what I've gone through, how hard I've worked to pursue my ambitions. And it really puts me in a place where, in regards to ambition, I was very happy. But what it is true is that in regards to family and friends, probably those ambitions took over way too much. And during the last 5 years, I didn't have enough time to spend with my family or my friends. So I said, okay, ambitions have to be there, but I need the other 2, because the other 2 are very important. So what is my advice to the new graduating class of ICS? You guys look super fancy with the things, by the way. They're the same. It's like about the one thing that has stuck through the entire graduating process, because when I graduated, we also wore the same things, but it was the opposite. So the stage was there, and you guys would be sitting here. But we love change whenever change is familiar. and the family sticks together. Because honestly, they were asking me earlier, are you nervous? You're going to give a speech? I was like, would you be nervous in your living room talking to your friends? No, this is my home. That's why I'm not nervous. Okay, so my advice to you guys, you can choose your 3 things. My 3 things are family, friends, and ambition. But you can choose your 3 things. But be sure that when you write those pages, you want to have a good story to tell. Because you never know when that story is going to be over. And it can be very soon. And nobody really knows. No one, at their 20s is meant to take these decisions. But we don't choose the obstacles. We just choose the way we confront them. And that's what makes us great. So my advice to you guys is choose wisely and write one real good book. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex. How do I follow that? I'm glad to hear you say that I haven't changed. I'm ridiculously glad to say you haven't either. That was fantastic. Thanks very much. I'm just going to be back. Now we come back to presentation of awards, and this time the presentation of the ECIS Award for International Understanding. This is, I don't know if Mr. Furlong is going to repeat what I'm going to say here, but this is the sort of award that I would really like to have got when I was in school, because it's the award that somebody receives from a vote of their peers. So it's very nice that so many people hold you in such high regard. Mr. Furlong will read the citation, and my dear friend Mr. Westcott, who also won this award last year, will be the person giving the prize away, donating, whatever you do with prizes nowadays. Thank you, Mr. Westcott. Mr. Furlong.
It's very depressing when your predecessor is more popular than you. Yeah, got off. Right. The ECIS Award for International Understanding is awarded to a student who is a good representative of their own country, with positive attitude toward life and culture of others, able to converse in at least 2 languages, a contributing force in the life of the school, with the ability to bring differing people together into a sense of community, thus furthering the cause of international understanding. And this year, the award goes to Selina Abdul Karim.
You were right. I told you to like it. Congratulations, Selina. Do you want the good news first or the bad news first? The plaque we want back. You can keep the scroll, but the plaque, that stays here so that we can look at it regularly and see all the people's names on it. Okie dokie. Check the programme. Yeah, we're on the right schedule. Gives me great pleasure to introduce a young man who's already been named, this year's valedictorian, Nathan Gayer de Mena.
I'm not going to be able to improvise. So. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to Principal Svoboda, teachers, guests, family, friends, and above all, fellow graduates. I hope you're all energized for a fruitful day of celebration. I trust you're all feeling great, or at least better than most of us on this stage will be tomorrow morning. One often makes poor decisions at an open bar. Unsurprisingly, we have a cohort of people to thank for their role in the past 2 years. Few would deny that teachers are of immense importance in the success of the students, and there is little doubt that the teaching staff of ICS were all but crucial to our performance through their diligent planning, teaching, of course, covering of content, and mostly enthusiastic response to our asking for help. Personally, I'd like to thank 3 of my teachers, to Mr. Guy for his impassioned approach, that's the wrong one, for his entertaining approach to teaching economics, and for just a month ago graciously conceding that his taste in football teams is poor. To Mr. Curran for his encyclopedic knowledge of movie quotes, but more importantly, for his pragmatic attitude and for tearing down the constraints that school essay writing can close you into, and also for formally introducing me to poetry and the light it sparks for me. I doubt I'll ever crack open a volume of poetry in my free time, but if I ever do, it'll be thanks to him. For Mr. Holmes, I have no jokes, only a deep appreciation for his unparalleled passion for history, for respect for his unrelenting work ethic, and for making me genuinely doubt what subject to study at university. The school is simply privileged to have him. And lastly, an honorable mention to Mr. Kuipers for successfully de-stressing us in the moments prior to exams, including delivering the IB procedure guidelines in Dutch for a French exam, where his amusing jests did much to tone down the anticipation in this auditorium. I'd also like to thank some of my peers, to Alois for being a better friend to me than I have ever been to him, thank you. To Julian for bombarding me with messages day in and day out, whose favorite sentences remain why, elaborate, and as opposed to. And lastly, to my boon companion, comrade, collaborator in all tasks, especially in sating our hunger for getting that bread. As much as it is an honor to be up on this stage alone, this IB has been such a combined effort that Luis should be standing beside me. As for the entirety of the grade, few people, well, none could say we've had a shortage of iffy situations throughout these past 2 years, but we've managed to become the cohesive unit that we are now, and I'm relatively certain that none object to further celebration together across the continent. More importantly, however, the grade has been thoroughly amiable and often entertaining company, which reminds me of one peer from this group whose last-minute questions on which 2 topics to revise for the economics exam the next day played no small role in convincing me I was prepared. But best of all, the 2 topics I texted back were perhaps the only 2 that didn't show up on the exam. On a more serious note, teachers and students alike have acted as an impetus for the words I offer on the topic of interest today. I choose to speak of interest for I've always been convinced that it was a malleable tool, one which I could selectively stimulate in whatever subject by simply drawing links back to my core interests, law, its intricacies, the Roman Republic and Empire. If I was learning of some historical event that just wouldn't stick in my mind, ask myself what the legal implications of it were. If I was learning yet another genus-species combination for biology, I would capitalize on the Latin roots of the words, perhaps look up their etymologies, and thereby trick my mind into thinking I was learning about the Roman Republic. But I am also acutely aware of the relativity of interest, which stems from the profoundly subjective notions that fuel it. As it turns out, unsurprisingly, interest is quite a complex issue, connecting to various dimensions of personality. Something is interesting if it is new or unexpected, but also if it is comprehensible. The central predictors of any material's interestingness are a series of novelty complexity variables, obviously comprising its novelty, the material's novelty and complexity, but also its vividness and surprisingness. Along with this, another set of comprehension variables, including the text's coherence, its concreteness, and the ease with which the reader can process the information, also play an immense role. So if intuition tells us that we can make material interesting by spicing it up, research is equally important in informing us that structure, clarity, and coherence heighten a reader's interest too. Most intriguing of all, however, is that interest is self-propelling. It has a compound nature. Interest motivates us to learn about something new and complex, but once we understand that thing, is no longer interesting. Having said that, the new knowledge acquired in the process of learning about that topic enables us to become interested in more material by granting us the knowledge needed to be interested. Therefore, the conclusion we can come to is that perhaps we should not strive to find our passion, but rather to generate it. I'll spare you the cliche of ending on a note about potential or by imparting whatever advice an 18-year-old can. But what I do wish my classmates, however, is the very, very best in pursuing their interests. Congratulations, class of 2019. Thank you.
Now you see why he was the valedictorian. Nearly there. And again this year, we honour the memory of the founder of the school, Mr. Manager Farangi. We're delighted. I, as always, am particularly delighted to welcome back Mr. Amin Farangi back to ICS to present this special award. Mr. Furlong will explain the nature of this award, introduce this year's recipient, and Mr. Farangi will award the thing that I've forgotten to put on the table.
Hello again. CAS has aimed to take our graduating students outside the classroom and provide the framework for experiential learning involving students in new roles through creativity, activity and service. And to be fair, they've made a pretty good fist of it. Some students deserve a special mention for their efforts and dedication. Jaira Bathgeth Sanchez for her work with the Pato Amarillo charity. Aya Maruka, who volunteered tutoring in mathematics to a grade 11 student over a very long period of time. Luis Felipe Vasconcelos Catal for his collaboration with the charity Caritas following his internship in Brazil. However, the CAS Award this year goes to a student who has demonstrated significant and noteworthy interest in CAS, becoming involved in multiple projects throughout grade 11 and 12. A student who served principally two communities. In the ICS community, this student has taken part in different activities, such as being part of the care committee, collaborating with the student council in many ways, helping out with Valentine's flowers, Halloween parties, being a class representative, working on the grade yearbook, changing the school's coffee into a fair trade product, participating in the Model United Nations, and helped to organise mini Model United Nations for younger students. The other project this student belongs to takes place in Tripoli, Libya. She has done an amazing job in the No Project, raising awareness of human trafficking and modern-day slavery. As a result, through the No Project, she has reached many audiences, specifically children and teenagers, and fought against injustice. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the Manager Farangi CAS Trophy for this year is Nadine Fekri Ahmed Sinan.
The good news is you do get to keep the trophy. Before we end today's ceremony, move towards the Intercontinental Hotel for the dinner to celebrate today's graduation, I would obviously like to thank a whole host of people. Some people have come up onto the stage, some people haven't, such as Mr. Kuipers, sat over there. Obviously, he's done a tremendous amount to actually get the students here, not least having exams in here for the past 3 weeks, which were, again, excellently organised, and of course, his deadlines. Obviously, I'd like to thank people who come up to the stage, Director Mr. Swoboda, the tutors, all 6 of you, Mr. Sarayan, disguised as Mr. Furlong, Mr. Richard Westcott, Ramin Ferangi, Miss Hodgson and the choir, of course, and Alex for his improvisation. I'd also like to thank all of those backroom staff who are involved in so many things to do with the organisation for today. And she's gone. Sharon, if you're downstairs watching on the live streaming, get yourself up here pretty quickly. Make an appearance. Make an appearance, Sharon. Yes, she is, because otherwise I'm not going to give her flowers. Sharon, please come out. She's disappeared. Without Sharon, today would have been impossible. So please, a big round of applause for Sharon. Sharon, wherever you are listening to this, I'm not going to forgive you for that. Also, Jorge Sanamaterio and his team at the back for the filming, our own Ramin Jalali. His maintenance team, Aurora and Liz, for making you pretty before you came out and making sure your hat was on straight. And of course, Mr. Furlong, who's only known you for a year, but I think has done a fantastic job. Thank you very much, Mr. Furlong. Following on from Richard was also, oh, you turned up now, have you? That's nice. It's only Pedro that gets to turn up this late. Sharon, please come up here. Oh, no. And now, me. This is the 30th ICS graduation I've attended. It's quite a few. And I find it always a very bittersweet occasion. Bitter because I have to say goodbye to some of you I got to know for a very, very long time. Sweet because I get to say goodbye to some of you that I've known for a long time. Before I pass on the microphone to Mr. Swoboda to close the ceremony, class of 2019, this is really the very last time you're going to have to listen to me. From very few minutes from now, it will be your choice to listen to me or not. And as that poster up there says, I sincerely hope that the tassel was worth the hassle. Congratulations. I shall see you outside. Mr. Swoboda?
It says, please stand. I suppose it refers to the graduates. Everybody, please stand. By the way, there is a small reception in the DP study room for everyone after this.
I was going to say that anyway.
All hats on. Nathan? Okay. I now declare the class of 2019 graduates of International College Spain. Congratulations.